The first thing I would like to say you, I believe you agree with me that we are living in very difficult times, very difficult times. And in Italy, you know the situation. The situation is becoming very alarming. Some kind of terror, general terror is growing in the north of Italy, Lombardia, Veneto, Piedmont. Is terrible. Today, the situation is almost near to the panic, a panic situation. That means we need some clear, sensible, intelligent suggestions. I would like to begin from this point. That means my first question is there a danger of a pandemic with this variant of the coronavirus? Is there a danger of a pandemic or not? And if there is this danger, how big this danger is according to your evaluation?
From the past, I think we should not panic. There have been some SARS epidemic that localized, in the past, and this has been under control very fast. Here we are dealing with perhaps a virus which is highly transmissible, and we're not accustomed to that. So we should take precautions. Don't panic, but be careful in hygiene. Wash our hands very frequently. Don't breathe by mouth, just breathe by your nose. And avoid mask except if you are close to somebody coughing. Okay? So those are the main precaution, usual precaution. But also now we have some products which was very important to keep our immune system. We have no specific inhibitors of the virus, but we have all a good immune system. So we have no specific inhibitor of the virus, but we can take product to boost or to keep in good shape our immune system. Our most important defense now is our immune system. So we should keep it in good shape. And for that, we have to take antioxidant, because the part of the disease caused by the virus is due to oxidative stress. And oxidative stress is the release of free radicals, molecules oxidizing others. And we should control this oxidative stress by taking antioxidant. And I can quote a few of them. In Italy, you have the papaya, fermented papaya extract, which I promote for many years. I promote the book Jean-Paul II, and it's a good product to maintain the oxidative enzyme and antioxidative enzyme. And also glutathione is a product a little more less known, but very active. Glutathione can be also found in Italy, in Europe. Is available under orally. Is by taking. Okay, we can take them the pills orally. Vitamin C, vitamin D are also useful. But probably in the future, we are now working with some Chinese friends which have still more active antioxidative enzymes, available. So this will be available soon, I hope. It's made in China, it's used in China, but it has to be used now over the world, especially for people which have problems. The main problem of this infection is the pneumonia, infection of the lung, and this is dangerous, of course, especially for people which are a certain age, children also, and we should be careful to avoid this. And of course, then the patient has to be hospitalized. But being hospitalized is also a danger because you can catch not only this virus, but other viruses as well, other bacterial infections.
Yes. But I have a question. You told that the vitamin C is important for that.
Yes.
You suggested to take.
Yes, you take 1 gram of vitamin C. You take also perhaps 100,000 units of D3 vitamin. D3 is very important also.
Okay, but I have another question. This kind of virus is very easy to is moving in the air very easily. How long it lives outside of the body? How long? How much time it survives?
Very long, and the advice is to be not very close to somebody coughing, and perhaps 1 meter should be the minimal.
1 meter.
Yes, and then of course, if somebody is coughing, you have to wear a mask to avoid the absorption of those small droplets emitted by the coughing. That's very important.
Professor Montagnier, how long it will last, this disease? For instance, somebody is writing that during the hot time, that means during the summer, it will disappear. We have to take into account which period of time there will be a prolongation of this situation. China now is spreading in Iran, in Italy, in many places. How long it will last?
That's very difficult to predict, but we have to be prepared for the worst. The worst is that the epidemic is transformed in pandemic throughout the world, but already with the number of people infected, it is really a problem of economy for the many countries, because this disease is not grave in general, but we have to avoid the pneumonia. Pneumonia is dangerous. But most people do not have pneumonia, so probably it's like having flu. Having flu, you can survive with flu. And some people also probably are infected without symptoms. That's dangerous, but it's good for us, of course. So what we need is a good diagnostic technique. I myself working on that by molecular techniques, so that we should know the extent of the infection. That's very important for the people following the epidemic, that to see how many people are really transmitting the virus.
I understand. But another question is that we have seen the problem beginning from China. What do you believe? This kind of virus can be produced by a market of living animals, something of this kind. The official version is that, you know, that is the spread is coming from Wuhan in some market. Is it possible that?
It's possible, but there are also other theories circulating, especially the fact that in Wuhan, the same city, it's a large city, there is a special laboratory working for many years on SARS viruses, coronavirus. And some people think they are making some construction, genetic construction, which could make a virus good for vaccine. But by, of course, by chance, this did not happen. The virus was not good for vaccine. It was good to be spreading outside. But the molecular analysis of the virus is suggesting this, but not proving it completely. But we are working on that, some other colleagues also. So it's possible that this virus was originating from a laboratory.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Tell me one thing about the question of vaccine. Is it how long it needs, in fact, if it is possible? How long before having a vaccine?
Vaccine is a magic word, but you have to know, the people which are watching your television have to learn. Sometimes the virus do the opposite to what we expect. Instead of preventing infection, it's make the infection more dangerous. How this happened? Because the virus is some kind of an intelligent piece of matter, you know, and they take advantage of the antibody we make with the vaccine. The antibody will bind the virus, and the complex will bind some receptor of our immune system, of immune cells. So instead of making the prevention of the infection, the virus will accelerate the infection and make it more important. This happened to several viruses. This is a well-known phenomenon for virologists. It's called enhancing antibody, the production of enhancing antibody. And this is known for measles, it's known for dengue, and for papillomavirus. And this explains some vaccines, instead of preventing, are causing disease and accelerating disease. So we have to be very careful. Don't accept any kind of vaccination, because most of the vaccine they have adjuvant with aluminium. Aluminium is an inflammatory product which can, of course, perhaps stimulate the immune system, but also stimulate in a non-specific way. So everything has to be enhanced, and among that, the production of the infection virus. So we are in a dangerous world. Don't believe everything which is said about the vaccine. Sometimes the vaccine are good, but I would put more my effort to find some inhibitors of the virus. Inhibitors. This is known, for instance, for hepatitis C. Hepatitis C is an RNA virus also, and is well controlled by specific models, specific inhibitors. And we should expect to perhaps that the industry, the pharmaceutical industry, will have on its shelf, many products which haven't been tested yet, and they are going now to be tested on this coronavirus. Hopefully, they will find something. The other way of protection is maybe again boost the immune system by suppressing or diminishing the oxidative stress. That's very important. And if you are in good health, in good shape, you will be sick a little bit, but you will not die. This is my point.
I understand, Professor Montagnier, but it seems to me that you fire an atomic bomb against the big pharma this way, because what you say is for them is a huge danger, because they are now in this moment they are gaining a huge amount of money from this coronavirus new explosion.
Well, there are both ways. You can make vaccine, and also are working on the specific inhibitors. The hepatitis C virus was controlled by pharmaceutical industry. This is a big finding, you know. And why not the coronavirus? It's quite possible we will have some products in a few months. Also, it's happened in China. China has a huge tradition of medicine, but not our medicine. They are mostly working with acupuncture, with herbal extracts. And I heard somebody from Shanghai Hospital saying that we are treating our patients by about 80% by local products and only one death out of several hundred. So this works, and we could benefit from this traditional medicine. Also, the Indian medicine should cooperate. So we should not have some too specific vision of our medicine, but open our eyes, open our heart to other medicine as well.
Thank you. But I have another question about that. We are living in a world where technologies are, for instance, changing very fast. And one of the questions I would like to have your opinion about is this kind of situation cannot turn these new technologies into weapons of mass extermination, because if it is possible to manage this kind of experiment, and they have a big, huge, enormous planetarian effect, can transform these researches in some kind of new weapon, a new weapon of mass destruction.
Yes, it's true that we have had so many advances in our technology, especially in medicine, biology, that molecular, I would call it molecular medicine. We can make any construct with DNA, you know. We can manipulate the DNA, and my fear, a new fear, is that some people will use it for the bad, not for the good, but for the bad, as molecular weapons. And this would be a big mistake. Some people think viruses can be molecular weapons. I think we are in a world of danger. We are creating our own danger. You know, we are surrounded now by pollution, chemical pollution, chemical food, pollution of food, even water is polluted now sometimes, and also the air we are breathing is polluted, and we are surrounded by waves. We communicate by waves, which is very good, but we have to know that the waves have some biological effects as well. And so we should be careful with we should try to control this, that people should not work for the bad, work for the good, have some medicine. Medicine should be accessible to everybody, and so not just by money. I think the mistake would be to put money, economy first. First is health, not economy. Economy should be used for health, the reverse. We should not live for economy and money.
Well, I agree with you, but I have another question on this point. You know that there has been some kind of research coming from the University of Cambridge. I read that 3 days ago, that they are telling that there is the possibility that some kind of viruses will be produced against a particular category of people, or against some special race or some special population. Is it imaginable, this kind of evolution, technicality?
This is imaginable, but unfortunately, we are fighting some organism, bacteria, viruses, which have some intelligence, and they can. We can not predict exactly what we are doing. When I say we, when the people which are doing molecular genetics, I think the danger is, and I think the coronavirus example show that people were maybe looking for a vaccine, and they got a monster which can be not controlled now. There is a musical piece by Paul Dukas, which is called, you probably know it, in French, L'apprenti sorcier.
Oui, oui, oui. J'ai compris. J'ai compris.
Which come out of control and you dance and kill the world. Actually, the researchers are in this state. They are still apprenti sorcier, and they should be controlled. So this is imply the sense of ethics. You know, sad again to be in the right value in a civilized world is to respect ethics and the principle of precaution. Principle of precaution say, if you don't know, don't use it. Stop it. So if a product you don't know is possible danger, you have to stop its production if you know exactly what could happen when it's used. Yes. So this is my philosophy, my moral, you can say, and I hope all researchers will be following this in a very complex world where we are now.
But you are right, but we are living in a world where the money is so strong that they can surpass every ethical principle.
Absolutely. This is the big danger that money will govern the world. Very big danger.
Yeah, but I have a last question. I don't want to bore you too much, but I have a question in which I would like to have your opinion. This year, the atomic scientist clock has been put very near to the dramatic point. They leave us only 100 seconds. You know, the atomic scientist, the clock of the atomic danger. But when I read this information, I had this idea. Okay, we are living in a world where the atomic armament can be to a certain extent controlled, because Russia knows how many nuclear missiles are in the hand of the American. The American knows how many missiles have Russia and China and Pakistan and so on. But the question is that nobody knows what is going on in the 100 laboratories of this kind of researches, and there is no possibility to control. You told me that the Chinese probably, maybe, they were working on some kind of vaccine and they produced a monster, you told. And it's the same thing, I believe. But the question is that who can control this kind of development, which is going on everywhere in the world, in China, in Russia, in America, in Israel, where you want. We're in a situation where nobody can control the others. And I believe, I finished the question, maybe we have to reflect to build some kind of international place where the different level will control each other.
Yes, I think every living human should have consciousness of this kind of danger. And we hope that more of them are rational and not mad, crazy. But it's true. There are crazy people. I hope that not a crazy man will govern a country now. It's very important that this is due to the to the consciousness of citizens. And your television is useful for that also. It should make people aware of that we are on the top, but we may go down very quickly if something goes wrong.
Yes, yes, unfortunately. Yes.
This virus is really an alarm for being conscious of our world, our responsibility, each of us.
I have been very glad to speak with you. Probably, if you allow me, if the situation is going worse in Italy, I am sure that it will have a large resonance because there is a big confusion.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much again.